Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to uncover something kind of wild. How one single scene from a movie became the literal roadmap for an entire multi-billion-dollar tech industry.
I mean, that sounds like something out of a movie itself, right? But what if I told you the evidence? We're talking patents, creator testimony, hard market data. What if it all proves it's a fact? Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, so our story starts way back in 2002. Director Steven Spielberg is working on his sci-fi thriller Minority Report, and he has a very specific, very important goal for the future tech he's about to put on screen.
See, he wasn't just trying to dream up some cool-looking effects. No, Spielberg actually put together a whole think tank with experts from places like MIT to help him design a future set in 2054 that felt real, that felt plausible.
And what's so incredible is just how direct the path from that movie screen to reality is. I mean, look at this. It's a straight line from the film's vision in 2002 to a company being founded just 4 years later with the sole purpose of building it. Then it lands in all of our living rooms with the Kinect. And now it's pretty much perfected in devices we can buy today.
So you're probably wondering, how does something like this even happen? How does an idea literally leap off a Hollywood set and into a high-tech lab?
Well, in this case, it all comes down to one guy who was there from the very beginning. Meet John Underkoffler. This is the guy. He was the actual MIT scientist that Spielberg hired to dream up and design that iconic gesture interface that we all remember Tom Cruise using. He wasn't just a filmmaker. He was the real deal. And you see, for Underkoffler, that scene wasn't just science fiction. It was an engineering problem just waiting to be solved. He was so captivated by this challenge that in 2006, he went and founded his own company, Oblong Industries, specifically to make that movie tech a reality. And get this, he actually did it. His G-Speak system became this incredibly powerful, high-end tool used by organizations like NASA for their mission control and Boeing for designing airplanes. This wasn't some gimmicky toy. It was proof that the concept from the movie wasn't just possible, it was seriously powerful. But you know, for an idea to really change the world, it can't just stay with rocket scientists. It has to get into our hands. It needed a breakthrough moment, and that moment arrived in 2010, from a place you might not expect, the world of video games. The team over at Microsoft, led by Alex Kipman, was busy developing the Kinect for the Xbox 360, and they were not shy about their inspiration. They saw what was happening at the high end and basically said, you know what? We want to give that kind of power to everybody. And what's just nuts is how much of that original movie blueprint they actually pulled off right out of the gate. A contactless interface? Check. Gesture commands? You bet. It could even recognize multiple people in the room. They absolutely nailed the core concepts. The heart of the movie's vision was suddenly in millions of homes. Okay, so let's fast forward to 2023. This is where the story gets really wild and where it starts to feel like the prophecy from the movie is finally fulfilled. And this is where Apple enters the story with the Vision Pro. I mean, just look at this comparison. It's almost spooky. Pinching your fingers to select an object, using two hands to zoom and rotate things, moving through a totally spatial 3D interface. This isn't just similar to the movie anymore, it's practically a one-to-one recreation of the exact interaction model they showed us back in 2002. So, here's the real kicker, the most important takeaway. This isn't just a cool story about art inspiring some tech. No, this is a clear-cut, documented example of a piece of fiction literally creating a brand new market with a massive, real-world financial impact. And if you want proof, oh, we have it. It's right there in black and white in Microsoft's patents, where they literally reference gesture interface as depicted in science fiction. You've got the creators, both Underkoffler and Kipman, on the record saying the film was their guide. That movie gave the whole tech industry a unified target to shoot for. So what happens when an entire industry gets a clear roadmap from a Hollywood movie? Well, you get this number, $15.3 billion. By 2023, the market for this kind of tech, a market that pretty much didn't exist before the film, exploded into a massive global industry. That kind of growth is just insane. Think about it. It goes from about $500 million when the Kinect first brought the idea to the mainstream to over $15 billion today. That's an average growth of 27% every single year. But for all of this incredible progress, after seeing this vision almost perfectly become our reality, there is still one huge piece of the puzzle missing. One key part of Spielberg's original vision that is still, to this day, pure science fiction. And that really is the final question, isn't it? See, in the movie, Tom Cruise isn't wearing goggles or looking at a screen. The images are just there, floating in the air. We have totally mastered the gestures, the controls, the spatial interface, but the true glasses-free holographic display, that remains the final frontier. And that's what you should take away from this. The blueprint was followed almost to the letter, but the very last page, well, that's still waiting to be written.